everyone, it's Hayes and it's Miraculous Monday, so it's time for another screaming session.
Hello.
And today we will be doing Despair Bear. I absolutely love this episode, and not just for the Adrianette, although that is certainly a driving factor behind why I like this episode. You all know how much I love Adrianette, but it is a really good episode. And also, fun fact, this is the episode I kind of entered the Miraculous fandom with. My friend B, who does the meme review with me, recommended the show to me, so I watched all of season 1 on Netflix. I said, B, is there any more? She was like, yep, season 2 has just started airing. They just showed an episode called Despair Bear. You're going to scream when you see it. And she was correct. I did scream. She was obviously referring to the dance. So let's start with the Adrianette, which happens before the dance. So that's when the fire alarm goes off, the firemen arrive, and Marinette tells Alia she thinks it's Chloe who's done it. And then Adrian is watching them. Like, calm down. You're stood next to Marinette. You can hear what she's saying without having to stare at the back of her head. However, he does immediately jump in with zero evidence to defend Marinette. I love it. Love it so much. I mean, he is right and he's got good reasoning, but he's got no evidence. Do you have a crush by any chance? And Adrian, can I just say, that girl behind you is wearing the most hideous outfit. An orange skirt? Somebody call the fashion police. I swear to God, I do not know who decides on the civilian outfits in the show, but they need to stop. I know this person is only a background character, but stop. Don't. No.
I can't do it!
However, I don't really put much stock in the outfits improving because it turns out Chloe and Adrian have been wearing roughly the same thing for their whole life, so that is a bit concerning. So back to the Adrianette. Adrian leans in and is like, chill, we'll catch Chloe somehow. And he doesn't need to be this close to her to whisper, but I love it anyway. And then the look he gives the side of her head. He is beauty, he is grace. He will affectionately look at the side of your face. Like, look at it! He's like he's about to get down on one knee and propose to Marinette's side profile. And even when the camera zooms out, he's still there. Adrian, stop it, you're freaking me out. So now let's talk about the dance scene, and gosh, Adrian was so forward in this episode. So Alia, yes, kind of pushes Marinette into Adrian, and he's like, you wanna dance? She says, and he's like, great, let's go, and grabs her hand. I think he's probably realised by this point if he wants anything from Marinette, he's just gonna have to act on it. She is far too shy to do anything, hence why he moves her hands to the right positions for dancing, which is so cute in itself. I loved how they showed each part of it in this scene. First the hand holding, then one hand to his shoulder, then his on her waist, beautiful. Then these looks they give each other. I have no words. And then Alia. Right, as happy as I am she did this, because Marinette and Adrian would never have got there on their own. Okay, I'm happy, I'm very grateful for it. The way in which it was done was a little bit cringy, with her kind of like dancing over, you know what I mean? And Adrian and Marinette, they definitely agree. Look at their eyes, they're like, Alia, stop. No, Alia, stop. You go too far. But also, thank you very much. But like, they do look like they're in a state of distress. But then Adrian's just like, oh, it's just a normal Tuesday for me, and leans into his very good friend, and they dance the night away. None of the other dancing couples are dancing like them, and even the actual couples aren't. Ivan and Mylène aren't, but to be fair, Mylène can't reach, but Alia and Nino are of a similar height, same as Adrian and Marinette, and they still aren't dancing like that together. While I definitely think this speaks to how comfortable Adrian feels with Marinette, I definitely think this also hints that he has a crush on her that he's ignoring. He should also feel just as comfortable around Chloe. He's known her since they were children, but in the bubbler, he doesn't feel comfortable dancing with her like this. Yet Adrian does here when he's known Marinette, comparatively, for no time at all really. But in the New York special, Adrian has no problem dancing with Marinette like this, and by that point, he's dating Kagami. Like, Adrian, you cannot be dancing with Marinette like this and say you don't have a crush on her. Like, no, No, sorry. She is not just a friend. Stop saying that. Like, am I just here to suffer? She is not just a friend, and she hasn't been for a while. Like, the other week, we did the Horrificator screaming session, and we compared the near kisses Adrian has with Chloe and Marinette, and again, he's known Chloe since he was a child, but he's disgusted with the thought of kissing her and just being near her in general. But he's smiling at Marinette and leaning in to kiss her. If that's not a sign he has feelings for her, then I don't know what is. And even when they stop dancing, they stay like this. Like, come on, man. I have a lot of feelings, okay? So there wasn't really any Lady Noir since they spent the whole episode fighting because of the Akuma. So let's jump straight to the Adrianette at the end of this episode. And it's cringe, but I love all of Marinette's cheesy smiles at Adrian. And she is 100% allowed to look at him like this after he was staring at the side of her face like this for half an hour before. So now for the fan art, we have this amazing piece from High of my son Mark. Of course, it's Mark, the one and only. Doesn't he look majestic? We also have two pieces from Natharts, both of Felix, one of him with the Peacock Miraculous and the other of him with the Cat Miraculous, and he looks amazing in both. The poll for the next screaming session will be up tomorrow, and I'd love to know what you thought of the Adrianette in Despair Bear. I'll see you in the next one, besties.